Some late player movement as some players look to shore up their future. Now, Connor Watson has announced that he's going to leave the Knights, return to the Roosters. This is really disappointing. I know the Knights weren't prepared to let Connor leave, and I can only imagine this has broken up the biggest bromance that we have in the NRL with Kalen Ponga. He'll be heartbroken. But why did Connor leave the Knights in the end?
Yeah, this story lends itself to the fact that there might be a little bit of a bad scene unfolding up around the Knights at the moment. Vonnie, I'm not sure that the playing group and the coaching staff are all entirely on the same page. So the way it's unfolded earlier today was Connor, they had a team meeting as they would up at the Sunshine Coast Hotel, and Connor has at the end of that opted to tell the playing group and the coaches that, also guys, I've got an announcement. I've signed to play with the Sydney Roosters for the next 2 years. And I think it might have blindsided quite a few of the club officials. And as a result, we'll see him off to the Chooks next year. Adam
O'Brien, the coach, said that they had made a more competitive offer to Connor. So did he go to the Roosters for less money?
Yeah, he did. And I think where the Knights dropped the ball in the negotiations was they underarmed Connor initially. I think they only offered him a deal worth about half the amount of money that he's on this season. And that then led him to seek out Trent Robinson. They're staying in the same hotel up at the Sunshine Coast. He's obviously got a relationship with the Roosters, having spent a couple of seasons there. So he went and did the deal on his own. He doesn't have a manager. But certainly the Knights, I think it came as quite a shock when he announced it amongst the group today.
It's interesting given that Connor is such a versatile character. He's the ultimate utility. He's almost like a Swiss Army knife if you're looking for someone in the NRL. So what's he worth to the Roosters? What role will he fit there for Trent Robinson?
Well, he's an outstanding utility player. He's never really been able to make his own or one position his own, not at the Roosters and not at the Knights. But from where I'm sitting, it makes perfect sense that Connor Watson would want to go back to the Roosters where he could potentially win premierships playing the same role as he is now, put himself in the frame potentially for a New South Wales jumper. He's that good a number 14. But it's a concern for the Knights.
You don't think he can do that at the Knights?
Well, he can't.
He's got a better chance.
But he's also knocked back, 50,000. So 350 was what the Knights were offering over 3 years. 300 from the Roosters for 2 years. That's a major concern for the Knights because usually if a player is in your system, you would expect to get them at the bargain price. Where in this instance, he's gone to the Roosters for less money, which I can understand, but it's bad for the Knights and their salary cap management looking forward.
Adam O'Brien's a very forthright, straight shooter, and it's a very direct style. Even David Clemmer said he wouldn't rule out going back to Belmore. He's still got a couple of years to go on his contract, but it doesn't suit everyone. Do you think that it is all hunky-dory in the Hunter at the moment?
Look, I don't know. I'm only looking from the outside in, but certainly it's a knock on the Knights that a guy wants to leave the club to go for less money and less length, 2 years as opposed to 3 years. And the fact that he sorted out Trent Robinson himself, I will say he did have a relationship with Trent Robinson. He had played the Roosters under him before he went and took the bigger offer at the time at Newcastle. To me, this is all about a guy just making and I congratulate him for it. He's made a decision based on how he wants to continue to develop as a player. He wants to continue to grow. Clearly, he doesn't believe he's a finished product as a player. He thinks Trent Robinson can continue to improve him, and he's willing to take a pay cut to go and do that.
So this is a football decision, which we don't see a lot.
Yeah.
That's a smart way of putting it, Von. And on the Trent Robinson element, when they've had their meeting and the talks have unfolded, I believe that Robbo has said to him, if you come to the Roosters, I believe I can make you into a New South Wales utility player. I can help you win that New South Wales number 14 jumper. The other element of this as well, and you mentioned it off the top, Von, is he's best mates with their superstar signing in Kalen Ponga, who is also going to be a free agent for other clubs to approach as of November the 1st. So again, there's a bit going on up there at Newcastle at the moment.
But the fact that he's willing to say to Kalen, mate, you're a great mate, but I'm going to play elsewhere, shows you how serious he is about his football. That's what it says to me. And like I said, I applaud it. This deal would never have been done if he had a manager.
That's true.
Because seriously, the manager might not have even told him of the lesser deal. Manager would have said to the Roosters, "You're kidding yourself. We're not going to go there for that." He might not ever have heard of it. But the fact he's just said, "You know what? I'm going to trust myself. I know what I'm worth. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to make a decision that's best for my football." He's 25 years old. It's a different decision if he's 31 or 32. At 25, it shows he still sees improvement in his football, and he's uncovering every rock to try and find that improvement. And the fact that he thinks he can go back to Trent Robinson, who he knows how he coaches, he knows what he can do for his team, for his game, indicates to me he's still on the way up.
And the fact that he door knocked and did all the legwork and had the conversations, that speaks volumes about Connor Watson.
I'm really impressed by it.
He is.
Yeah.
Are you concerned that Kalen Ponga may now look at other options if they're housemates, they've got a brand together?
That's not going to happen. It's not going to.
Think?
Kalen's not going to look just because Connor Watson's left. Like, there's going to take more bigger things.
Don't you think it's a little bit surprising, as Hoops has just revealed then, the fact that everyone at the Knights today has been blindsided by this decision? You would think if there was this really good relationship between player and coach, he would have been the first person that he contacted and told. And, and went through the situation. But if it is the fact that he's put them all together and said this is the situation, that's a concern for the Knights, Kenny. Any way you look at it, it is.
Not necessarily, because if he's made a decision what he thinks is best for his football, then I can understand his next decision is to tell Adam O'Brien he's leaving, and it's not a decision you want to make. A thing you want to do. At some point, obviously, you had to do it. But I can understand he's not kicking down the door to tell Adam O'Brien, "Hey, I'm out of here." He's told him at the time he's had to tell him.
Players have tough conversations with coaches every day.
Yeah, but it's a slap in the face to Adam O'Brien.
That's having the harder word.
It's a slap in the face to Adam O'Brien, and Connor Watson's intelligent enough to know to deliver the news, mate, I'm leaving the club. I'm going to take less money for less years to go and play there. What else is that saying to Adam O'Brien?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, no, but my point is, he didn't say it. He's not avoiding saying it to Adam. He just didn't rush in to say it. He's entitled to do that.